I think that when Americans traditionally think of freedom, it's always a very violent kind of individualism, always kind of poised next to like a gun or a flag. Maybe it's a privilege, you know? It's framed a lot as being able to act however you want without consequence or pushback. But it's not, it can't really be any of those things for me. Freedom to me is rest. It's safety without harm. It's abundance. Maybe it's naive, but freedom means very little to me if my friends and family aren't with me. What's it all worth if there's no one there to share it with at the end? Table things. I dream about a table filled with good things. There is a boy who is not a fighter, but a lover, an ancient and fat matriarch, with a smile that fills several hearts, warm and heavy foods that fill you up just as much. There's always an empty chair, even when the room is full. I imagine freedom in social nets. Not having to fear or worry about where you're going to sleep, what your next meal is going to be, or whether or not you can afford to get sick. Freedom is access to resources. Maybe it's art for me. When I think of the times that I felt the most free, or probably when I have the ability to make art and be in community with others without really having to worry about how I'm going to pay rent that next month, It's stability, comfort. The times I felt the least free were when I felt that I had no other option but to just survive. I do not want my children to suffer. But if they must, then may they only know that it, like prosperity and all other things, must come to an end. Let them suffer lovingly, let love know their life and hold in the dirt, both in your chest and not. Loving arms built to carry you in moments that peace and joy create. But I wish you no suffering, for I have learnt more in peace than I ever have in suffering, so I know that if you have the choice, empty racked kitchens stuffed with laughter, laughing and crying eventually until the difference does not matter. Grieving stillness and celebrating love lost, colorful frames on thin bodies. But I do not wish you suffering. Only that you have beauty, even if it's the last thing that you have. I tend to have pretty bad anxiety, so I guess personal sense of freedom would be not having that hesitation of the world anymore. Kind of a bit like a kid or a pet. You must feel safe here, as you, the big orange cat, lay sprawled on my bed, stomach towards the sky, paws covering your nose. You must feel safe here, because if I touch you, you don't flinch. You just accept that it is a familiar hand giving you some love. I learn a lesson from a cat. I think I also imagine freedom in people, like eccentric old women who've lived very full and interesting lives, especially queer and trans elders. It's very much a living reminder that freedom is still and has always been a fight. Maybe freedom is knowing love despite the fight. Who knows? Let's hold funerals for pets. Yes, sing to me your grief, loud and clear, so that I can hear it when it is soft and dear. Write ridiculously long, enthusiastic, and heartfelt pieces, print them cheaply and trade them with your friends. Maybe no one will read them, but aren't we all better off for having it exist? Roar loud on the rafters with gregarious displays of sincerity and wit, for isn't it already hard enough not to? Put on bad shows with friends and make a night of it. But bring good food, good outfits, and okay booze. Yell at your neighbors so nothing is ever in silence, so that you can appreciate the silence when you need it. Be trashy and loud. Be only careful with your body, your heart, mind, soul, whatever. Yell at cruel people to do better so that they know that you did not go in silence. Yell loudly and off tune to bad songs we will never forget until it's years later playing on an oldie station. Be picky and be gaudy, for I have always appreciated old women with bad tastes. Have 4-person weddings, have 400-person weddings. I will not tell you what to spend your money on, but have just enough for the bills. Cry loudly when you must, and cry softly when you must. I will not tell you which is better. I only hope that it is what you need. Be silly. By God, you'll always wish you did. There are very few serious things in this world. Please do not be one of them.